What's up, YouTube? Specifically my subscribers. This is my 50th sub special. If you're one of my subscribers, one of the few 53, I appreciate you. Thank you. You are why I made this video. Fun Dead Gaming is the only person that commented on my last video. He wanted me to do an elevator, so I've been playing with it. This is my prototype. It just proves the concept. You're going to shoot yourself up. Okay, it works. Went from that, I made it a little more compact, and worked the same. Then I played around with a floor selection circuit right there, and I married them. Made this guy. So you can select the floor, it gets out on all three. And I started playing around. I was going to make one of these that reached the sky, but when you got this down here, right here, it blocks you right before you get shot up. Boop. And there's nothing I can do with the timing to change that. It just always does it. I think it's a glitch. This is PlayStation 4, so maybe it is a glitch. Maybe it's not. But this guy will send me all the way to the top in a straight shot. And then pushes me in. And then back down. Alright, and then after that one, I went ahead and threw in a few more. Like I threw the item selection onto the tall one. But at the same time I did that, I went ahead and threw a piston to push out at the same time, and I stopped flying. Let's do it now. First floor. I wanted to make both of them push you. That would have better, but that block there can't be pushed and pulled. It has to be something that the sticky won't stick to. Fun times. So let's build it. Okay, here we are with my blue shulker box. To make this build, you're going to need 27 glazed terracotta, 15 sticky pistons, 3 pistons, 3 slime blocks, 3 redstone blocks, 3 redstone lamps, 4 buttons, at least 3 of those have to be wooden, 22 redstone torches, 25 repeaters. I want to say 2 stacks of redstone dust. You might use a little bit less, probably will. 3 stacks of redstone conductive blocks of your choice, and 2 glowstone. Could be 2 slabs, but I like glowstone better. That is to make 3 ejection points. We're going to make, I want to say 5, 6. Yeah, we're going to make 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring us 2 off of the ground here, because I want my my floor selection circuitry to not dig too far into the ground. And so here we go. From this point, what we're going to do is we're going to go 2 over and have a sticky piston facing up with a slime block on it. Then you go over to your immovable block and put 1 on each side of the sticky piston, like it is. And you raise it on every side except for your entrance side. And then you take that bottom piece off right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our conductive block, and you're going to put 1 here, 1 here, 1 up. I'm going to grab a repeater, 1, 2, 3 ticks with a dust. And we're going to bring, that's temporary for that. And we're going to put dust, dust. You want a torch, and then you want another torch. And that happens. But when we get this going, everything's going to be cool. We put that block there and this block up. This goes here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put a button on there. Now this button doesn't have to be wood, this can be stone, but I use stone right there, so I'm going to use wood. Okay, bow. There's that. Then next, I'm going to grab another conductive block. I'm going to put it right next to that. I'm using this different color to signify a different circuit. You don't have to, it can be the same color. We're going to put that there, and I'll just put a torch there for now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and you want to get a good block for this. I'm going to use glass, because glass is what I'm using to pillar up. We also are going to want a map. And there's my map. And what that does is that tells me my height now. I'm at 65 height. It shoots you up 6 every time. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to, what's that, 71? I'm at 71. Bow, there we go. And come off to the right side. Out 3. Keep that third one there. You're going to put a sticky piston on that with a slime block on that. Bring out your temporary blocks here to bring that over here on this side. 2 more out. And then these are for good. You want your sticky piston facing this way and another sticky piston facing up attached to the edge of that. There you go. Now we want to repeat this on up as many times as you're going to do. I gave you enough to do 1 more of these, but or I told you enough items over there to do 1 more of these. I'm going to do 5 more of these. No, 4 more of these. Yeah, making 5 altogether. Okay, now that you've got these 5 here, you're going to want to go up 6 more. If you put more pistons there to be shot out, regardless of what you do with the timing, they are going to block your procession up. So this next one's the highest you can go, and you can't put a piston there to get under you. It just doesn't work. So 101 is where we're going. And then that's just going to be a floor. Like that. And then we can put 2 more on there like so. We'll put 3 out here. 1 more on top of there. Sticky pistons up against there. And we'll put a top on this. And that is the beginning of the framework. Okay, so I just deleted the game that I was on when I was making this, but this is the same thing. I just made it again. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is every one of these we're going to come out 3, put 1 in there, and come in 2. We're going to copy this to the next 4. Now that they're all put up, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and a repeater on 4 ticks, repeater on 1, a repeater on 4 ticks, and then we're going to dust there, and dust there. We're going to do the rest of them like that. Now with them all repeated and dusted up, what we're going to do is come over here, and you want to come under this, and we want to put a torch right there. Okay, so that was my boo-boo. We're going to go ahead and come over here, and we're going to do just like this. Not necessarily there, but there and there. Those are the blocks that you want your immovable blocks. And then we're going to do that all the way up. Okay, so now that we've got our immovable blocks all in place, now we can start doing this. So now when I push the button, that should project these under me. Yep. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put basically a torch pillar or tower of torches. Okay, and with the tower of torches there, what we're going to do is we're going to come down and we're going to connect each of these, this to that, all the way up, and we're going to add 3 ticks to it. So you come to the torch below it, throw block out, block up, put a repeater on that facing out, 1, 2, 3, put another block here and here, dust on that, dust on that, it'll go on up, and you're going to do the same thing every time you get to a torch that's off. Repeater on 3. Dust, dust. Okay, now at this one you obviously don't have to do anything since you're not going up anymore. So what that's going to do is that's going to have these all close under you in procession, but what we need now is for it to fire. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and I like to get another color block in there to signify a different circuit. I'm going to go over here, I'm going to add 3 ticks, 1, 2, 3, with dust. Now we want a conductive block to signify where we're going to do this at. You come up, and this piston right here, you replace that glass with a conductive block. If you've made this conductive blocks all the way up, you don't have to do this. But I made this glass, so I have to make that a conductive block. And I have to do that all the way up because I have to fire these from somewhere. Now if you want to do it from the other side, you can do it from this side, and you can just make this part here longer. But I'm doing it from the back like a man. Okay, so that part's done. Now we're going to come over here, we're going to go under each of these, and we're going to come down 2. So basically you can just alternate all the way up and stop just before going over the last one. You don't want to go over the last one. But what we will do is we will put this here, 2 out, put a repeater here on, I believe, 3 ticks, and the dust there. We might have to adjust that later. Then we're going to come down 2, break that one, another 2, break that one, another 2, break that one, and another 2, break that one. And put a torch, a torch, a torch, and a torch. Okay. Now we're going to put 2 blocks here. Now, dust, dust. Torch, torch. Dust. 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 Everywhere there's that conductive block that you've got this behind. So if you didn't have to change the blocks and you don't have an indicator, it's always going to be the one that lights this block. And we got that. So okay, so torch, torch. So there should be 5 ticks in between each one, 3 on the repeater and 2 torches. Okay, now we got to go up. So we're gonna do like this. So now we got a repeater, 3 ticks, 1, 2, 3, with block, block, dust, dust, that 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then dust. And we're going to continue that all the way, the rest of the way up. So then block, torch, 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 torch. Okay, so that should be yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Dust, dust. Dust, dust. Block, block. Dust, dust. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and put the blocks there. And then it's time to give her a test ride. Let's hit it. Very nice. Very, very nice. And the next thing we're going to do is come over here and make our item selection circuitry. So I like to put stairs in front and something similar to pillars on the sides just to play around. You do whatever you want there, but okay, so a conductive block. You want 3 of these. You want your 3 wooden buttons. Then you're going to grab out your redstone lamp. 2, 3 redstone lamps. We're going to have 3 floors, if you can't tell. And then I cover this guy up the rest of the way. I like to do some stairs up here too, for effect. Okay, now what we're going to do is bring you a conductive block, place it behind that one and off to the side of these 2. Actually, no, you don't have to. You bring it straight off each of them. And then I like to do like so, up, and then a repeater, 1, 2, 3, dust all along here, yeah, even up here, and then we're gonna get that block, 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 block. And these 3 are going to be repeaters on 4 ticks into sticky pistons facing up with blocks on top and blocks behind and another block behind. Yeah, that's right. Repeaters on 1 tick, sticky pistons, take those out, blocks of redstone. Okay, this is some of the only digging we're going to have to do. And actually, we're not even doing that. It's just the middle one with the dust there. Put that there and that there. Okay, yeah, that looks good. At least I think that'll work. So yeah, we'll come out 3. Let's do this part first. Get rid of that. There we go. Regular pistons. Haha. Should have come prepared. this here, and you know, we'll put the whole 3 there, like so, with dust along that. Yeah, we'll take those from there. Okay, and so dust there, and dust there. Repeater, repeater, repeater. Dust, 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 dust. I believe, yep, that's where. Block, 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 block up, and block up. So we're going to do a torch on these 3, a dust on these 3. Okay, so we're going to do like this. And I think that's the height we want to go to. We're going to put blocks on these 3 torches. And bring these blocks out 1, and up 1. And that should be the height of these rows back up. And we just connect them up. Now we're going to put torch here, torch here, torch here. Dust on these. Dust all the way across. Not on top of the redstone lamps though. Okay, and what that should do is push a button, the button stays lit. Push another button, aha, that's why we test things. Okay, so from here, break that, put 1 here. Gonna repeater on 3 ticks with a dust and a torch. Oh. Okay, crouch place, put 1 there. Dust. Torch. Okay. Block. Block. And bring these blocks out to there. And then a block here. Dust that bad boy up. Put a block on top of that so those 2 don't cross. Now, push this button. Lights him. Lights him, turns him off. Lights him, turns him off. Okay, we'll leave it on 3 here. So now we're going to bust out our glowstone. 1 of these here, 1 of these here. We want to determine which floors we're going to have. This one is obviously going to be 3. But the other ones, those are the important ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come 1, 2. Now, this is not going to be 1, so I'm going to block this off with a immovable block. I'm going to come up. This is not going to be 1, so I'm immovable block. Okay, so not 1 is 1. Not 1 is 1. Not 1 is 1. And I'm going to cover these up. Alright, so now this is one of the floors. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, see the piston that pushes the piston, come over to the block, and then this guy. We want to make sure that doesn't fire. So we got to keep this from ever turning on. So we got to keep power to this block. So I'm going to put there with a repeater into it. Okay, now we're going to find the other floor, the second one, not this one, but this one. Okay, so these two into this. This dust, don't fire. Keep this block powered and out with a repeater. Now we want to run these to those. This is floor 1. So you want to stop that from firing. So we're going to bring that to this one. It will come out and up. Kind of like so. And we'll bring this over here, and let's say we put a repeater there. And that's enough. Up here, this is number 2. You might want to count for this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And better yet, we'll like that. Yep. And we're just going to connect these two. And dust it all up. Now it should be fully functional. Floor 1. I don't have walls put in yet. Let me pretty this. Alright, so we already saw that floor 1 works. Let's go to floor 2. Alright, floor 2 works. And then, since, 3 just doesn't do anything but take you all the way up, we already know that works. Ta-dow. So that is my elevator for my 50 subscriber special. If you like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, hit that thumbs down. That's what it's there for. Sorry, that number is strictly for doing this and this, but then leaving out that and that, and heading straight to this at that height. Sorry about that. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. See ya.